Do you ever feel like you're trapped in a never-ending loop, living the same day over and over again? It's as if your life is on autopilot, with the same challenges, the same worries, and no clear way out. But what if I told you there's a hidden force controlling this loop, a force you have the power to change? Imagine if the secret to breaking free wasn't about working harder, but about thinking smarter. You're about to discover the key to rewiring your brain, so you can finally escape the past and start living the future you've always dreamed of. We're going to dig deep into the routines that keep you stuck and reveal the surprising science behind how your mind shapes your reality. But this isn't just about learning something new, it's about transforming your life. So, if you're ready to step off the hamster wheel and into a life full of possibility, let's dive in. Most people start their day on autopilot, immediately consumed by thoughts of yesterday's problems. It's as if they're replaying the same old movie, one that's full of stress, anxiety, and frustration. But here's the catch: by doing this, they're not just thinking about the past, they're actively reliving it. Every morning, those same thoughts trigger the same emotions, and those emotions create a state of being that dictates the rest of the day. Imagine starting your day with a heavy weight on your chest, reliving yesterday's worries. How could that possibly lead to a better tomorrow? Think about it. If you wake up every day thinking about the stress at work or that argument you had with a friend, you're not just carrying those problems into the present, you're letting them shape your future. It's like driving a car while constantly looking in the rearview mirror. You're bound to crash if you keep focusing on what's behind you. And yet, this is how many people live their lives, stuck in a loop of negative thoughts and emotions. But what if you could break free from that loop? What if you could start each day with a clean slate, free from the baggage of the past? Recognizing this pattern is the first step towards change. Once you see how your thoughts and emotions are holding you back, you can start to shift them. But to do that, we need to look at the routines that reinforce these patterns, day in and day out. And trust me, this is where things get really interesting. Without even realizing it, your daily routine is like a script that was written long before you woke up. From the moment your alarm goes off, you're following a pattern, checking your phone, taking the same route to work, interacting with the same people. These aren't just habits, they're deeply ingrained programs that shape who you are. By the time you're 35, 95% of who you are is basically on autopilot. Your thoughts, your emotional reactions, even your beliefs are all part of this subconscious script, playing out like a well-rehearsed play. Imagine your mind as a computer, running old software. No matter how hard you try to change, if that software isn't updated, you'll keep getting the same results. That's why so many people struggle to make lasting changes. They're trying to rewrite their story, but they're stuck with outdated programming. The subconscious mind is powerful, but it's also stubborn. It resists change, preferring the comfort of the familiar, even if the familiar isn't serving you. But here's the game changer: once you understand that you're on autopilot, you can start to regain control. It's like taking the reins of a runaway horse. Yes, it's going to take effort, but it's entirely possible. And the first step in that process is reprogramming the subconscious mind, which is where meditation comes in. Ready to find out how? Let's dive deeper into this transformative practice. Meditation is far more than just sitting quietly. It's a powerful tool for breaking the cycle of repetitive thoughts and emotions that keep you trapped in the past. When you meditate, you slow down your brain waves, shifting from the fast-paced beta state to the slower, more relaxed alpha and theta states. These are the states where the magic happens, where you can access your subconscious mind and start to reprogram those deeply ingrained habits and beliefs. Imagine meditation as a way to hit the reset button on your mind, clearing out the clutter and making space for something new. Think about it like this: when you meditate, you go beyond the analytical mind, the part of you that's constantly judging and comparing. Instead, you tap into a space where real change is possible, where you can start to rewrite the script that's been running your life. It's like stepping into a control room, where you can adjust the settings of your mind, changing the way you think and feel. This is why meditation is such a powerful practice. It's not just about relaxation, it's about creating real, lasting transformation. But here's the thing, meditation isn't about escaping from reality, it's about reshaping it. Through consistent practice, you begin to break the cycle of living in the past and start creating a future that excites you. The more you meditate, the more you open yourself up to new possibilities, new ways of thinking, and new ways of being. But this isn't just about feeling better, it's about choosing joy and inspiration over survival. And that's exactly where we're headed next. Many people live their lives in a constant state of survival, always on the lookout for the next crisis. This survival mindset isn't just exhausting, it's limiting. When you're constantly focused on what might go wrong, you're living in a state of chronic stress, driven by fear and anxiety. Dr. Dispenza points out that this survival mode keeps you trapped in the past, always anticipating danger based on old experiences. But here's the truth, you don't have to wait for a crisis to change your life. You can choose to shift from survival to joy, from fear to inspiration, right now. Imagine starting your day not with a sense of dread, but with excitement for what's possible. That's the power of choosing joy over survival. It's not about ignoring life's challenges, it's about deciding how you want to approach them. When you live in a state of joy, your energy shifts, and so does your reality. You start to see opportunities instead of obstacles, and your life begins to change in ways you never thought possible. This is where real transformation begins, when you stop reacting to life and start creating it. But let's be real, this isn't always easy. The body, conditioned by years of stress and negative emotions, naturally resists change. It clings to the familiar, even if the familiar is toxic. This is why meditation is so essential, it helps you break through that resistance and start living from a place of possibility rather than fear. Once you begin to shift out of survival mode, the next step is to confront the internal struggle that comes with real change. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. Change is a word that carries a lot of weight, especially when it comes to altering the way you think and feel. The body, after years of being conditioned by stress and negative emotions, becomes like a stubborn old dog, resistant to any new tricks. It's comfortable with what it knows, even if what it knows isn't good for you. This is why so many people find themselves stuck in toxic patterns, despite knowing they need to change. The body's addiction to familiar emotions makes it resist the unfamiliar, even when that unfamiliar could lead to a better life. But here's where meditation plays its most vital role, it helps you confront this resistance head-on. When you meditate, you're bringing your attention back to the present moment, away from the autopilot mode that your body prefers. This isn't just a mental exercise, it's a battle with the deeply ingrained habits of your body. Every time you sit down to meditate and focus on your breath, you're training your body to live in the now, to let go of the past, and to open up to the possibility of change. It's like retraining that stubborn old dog, one small step at a time. As you persist with meditation, the struggle starts to diminish. The body slowly begins to accept the new reality you're creating, and the mind becomes more accustomed to the present moment. It's in this state that real transformation happens, not in a single leap, but in the gradual, persistent practice of choosing the present over the past. And once you've begun to overcome this resistance, the next exciting step is to start actively creating your future. This is where things get truly transformative because you're no longer just surviving, you're thriving. Ready to explore how to do that? Let's dive into the process of creating your future. Creating your future isn't just a lofty idea, it's a practical reality that you can begin to shape today. Through meditation, you gain access to a powerful tool, mental rehearsal. This isn't just daydreaming, it's a focused practice where you visualize the life you want to live, the person you want to become, and the experiences you want to have. The brain doesn't distinguish between a real experience and a vividly imagined one, so by mentally rehearsing your future, you're training your mind and body to act as if that future is already happening. It's like giving yourself a head start on your dreams. Think of it this way, when an athlete practices their sport, they're not just physically preparing, they're mentally envisioning every move, every outcome. The same principle applies to your life. By regularly visualizing the future you desire, you start to align your thoughts and emotions with that reality. You begin to feel the emotions of success, happiness, and fulfillment, which in turn, starts to rewire your brain. It's no longer just about hoping for a better future, it's about creating it with intention and clarity. But this process isn't about wishful thinking, it's about consistent practice. The more you meditate and mentally rehearse, the more you start to see real changes in your life. Your actions, behaviors, and even the opportunities that come your way begin to shift in alignment with your new vision. This is where the magic happens, when you realize that you're not just reacting to life, but actively creating it. And as you continue to practice this, you'll find that the future you once dreamed of starts to become your reality. Now, let's bring all of these insights together. Now that you've seen the power of your thoughts and how they shape your reality, the question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Will you continue to let the past dictate your future, or will you take control and start creating the life you truly want? It's not easy, change never is, but the rewards are worth it. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of purpose and excitement, knowing that you're actively shaping your future rather than just reacting to whatever life throws your way. Take a moment to think about what you want your future to look like. What kind of person do you want to become? What experiences do you want to have? Start by dedicating just a few minutes each day to meditate and mentally rehearse this future. The more you practice, the more you'll begin to see the changes you desire manifest in your life. But don't just take my word for it, try it for yourself and see the difference it makes. If you're ready to dive deeper into this journey and continue learning how to transform your life, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And remember, you have the power to create the life you want. Thanks for watching, and take care.